Good evening and welcome to the State of a City. I'd like first to begin by giving you a broad look of the economy. The U.S. economy has been on a long, slow upward trend for the last 8 years, but several economists predict that, like all good things, it must come to an end, likely by year's end. It shouldn't be disastrous like the 2009 recession, but rather interest rates will rise and interest-sensitive sectors will take a break. Higher interest rates can mean a continued stronger dollar. The current 3.9% unemployment rate is unlikely to go much lower. However, big unknowns include a potential economic slowdown and ramifications from the trade with China. When it comes to California, we have a new governor who said in his State of the State address that California is strong. We have a record-breaking surplus, and the state has added 3 million jobs since the last recession, and wages are increasing. But like many cities in California, there are problems that have been ignored for too long, ranging from school systems, including overcrowded classrooms and teacher salaries, the homeless epidemic, and the lack of affordable housing. These are just a few of the many issues Californians will face in the years to come. To bring this a bit closer to home, San Mateo's economy is booming. For the past 3 years, the unemployment rate in San Mateo County and South San Francisco has remained at historical lows, below 3%. In 2018, the unemployment rate in South San Francisco hovered around 2.3%. As we look at the city of South San Francisco, I'd like to focus on 5 key issues that represent what I believe are critical to our quality of life: financial stability, housing and development, traffic and transportation, parks and recreation, and this year and beyond. First, what we all know is that the city is nothing if not tenacious and resourceful. Even at the height of the recession, the council, through prudent management, avoided layoffs and furloughs and continued to fund emergency reserve funds. Today, we are in a much better place. Our city's general fund reserves are strong. Currently, we have more than $111 million in our general fund. Where does this money come from? 70% of the city's general fund budget comes from 4 sources: property tax, 29%, sales tax, 15%, transit occupancy tax, 14%, building permits, 11%. The robust economy, increased SFO International Airport traffic, and construction activity keep the city's general fund revenues strong. In addition, measures FF and LL approved by the voters increased the transit-oriented occupancy tax and established a cannabis business license tax that will further help the city's revenue streams grow. While the city's revenues are strong, there are fiscal challenges that lie ahead. The city faces a $183 million pension liability, better known as CalPERS. As decision makers, we must be diligent and remain proactive in paying down CalPERS, as the city's pension payments will increase over the next few years. The same holds true for the city's capital improvement program, which will continue to grow. The current CIP budget is more than $90 million, and over the next several years, with large capital projects such as the Community Civic Center, all will need to be funded. We continue to seek innovative ways to develop the Community Civic Center, which has been constrained by a limited budget and rising construction costs. What initially was expected to be $175 million has increased to $210 million. With the $210 million budget, with the $210 million budget, the city is able to keep key program elements promised to the community by phased construction and a funding plan that includes private funding. We prioritize the size of a library and parks and recreation building to provide more program spaces, increase the size of the police station to ensure public safety services into the future, and dedicated an acre and a half of open space for future programming. We scaled back on some of the grand architectural features originally conceptualized and pushed out construction of the fire station and outdoor program structures to future phases subject to funding opportunities. As mentioned, the city's revenues are robust, but we also realize this too shall pass. We're not immune to a recession. City staff is currently working on strategies that will provide guidance on how the city can address, if necessary, a potential recession in the next several years. The design and implementation of a general plan 20 years ago set the course of South San Francisco's rise to become the biotech capital of the world. In a nutshell, the general plan set aside land east of Highway 101 as a biotech campus, protected unmanaged growth in our neighborhood, enhanced parks, and preserved open space. The city's general plan was so good, it was pronounced the best in the region and in the state of California. General plans have to be updated every 20 years, and albeit a bit late, we have begun the process. The update takes approximately 2 years as it sets the vision and guidelines for the future of how the city will grow. The plan addresses all types of housing, traffic, and other aspects of city planning. Community involvement is paramount to success. Besides, it's in our DNA. We have established a general plan community advisory committee, which consists of 11 members, ranging from residents, commissioners, small and large businesses, business owners, and the school district. They will meet monthly or as needed. They will bring broad perspectives and guidance for the general plan vision. It goes without saying, we have a lot going on. It is our fervent wish that the Community Civic Campus will be a signature project that will provide stellar services to the residents of South San Francisco. We've embarked on Phase 1, which is a schematic design. The design of the campus is focused on celebrating the city's diversity and pride. The 3-level campus includes a joint library and library and parks recreation building, along with a multi-use community theater, civic council centers, city council chambers. The campus will also include a new police operations center with a state-of-the-art 911 dispatch center. A new fire station on the corner of Camaritas and Arroyo will follow. We have to sell first this building in order to finance the fire station. Our goal is to break ground early 2020 and to have a fully functional and operating campus in 2022. Another big project will complement the Community Civic Campus is the development of a former PUC property, which is led by AGI Casa Partners. They are building a mixed-use project located along Mission Road, just north of the Community Civic Campus. They are proposing to build approximately 800 residential units, including 20% affordable, a market hall, retail space, and child care center. They will also make improvements to the Centennial Trail and the surrounding park area. We are acutely aware that housing development has not kept pace with the thousands of new jobs added in South San Francisco. It is our goal that the updated general plan will help us remedy this situation by identifying areas where high-density housing can be built. There's a formula established by the state that tells cities how many housing units they are required to build. It's often referred to as the jobs housing balance. We are mandated to meet the number, and should we fail, the penalties are harsh. The situation is so serious that the legislature is currently drawing up legislation that will take away local control, which means that we will have limited say as to where and how we build in heights on our new housing. The slide you're looking at shows some of our new housing projects. They represent those that have been recently completed, under construction, or anticipated to be under construction in South San Francisco. These projects will build 1,045 market rate units and 126 affordable housing units to the city. The ratio is not good. However, the state took away mechanisms we were allowed to use in the past to support affordable housing. Hotels. We have new hotels coming to the city. And why is this good? Because we receive a transit-oriented tax which contributes to our general fund reserves, and the state can't take this money away from us. Once again, thank you for voting to increase this tax. Note, only hotel guests pay this tax. The AC Marriott opened in 2018 with 185 rooms. This past January, Hilton 2 Home Suites opened and has 150 rooms. Finally, under construction is the Fairfield Inn, which will be home to 128 rooms. When it comes to east of 101, we cannot forget our biotech community. The number of biotech and life science firms located in South San Francisco has increased from 25 in the year 2000 to over 225 in 2018. Likewise, the number of individuals directly employed in biotech rose from approximately 3,000 in the year 2000 to nearly 20,000 in 2018. Research and development construction continues to flourish, with 6.2 million square feet of research and development space currently under construction or approved for development. The Cove at Oyster Point buildings are already pre-leased. Last but not least is the Oyster Point project. Demolition of the former buildings near the Oyster Point Marina is now complete. The new development will include 3 office research and development buildings, a parking structure, improved utilities, and a new tree-lined road at Oyster Point Boulevard and Marina Boulevard. The project includes Bay Trail improvements, new parks and recreation spaces, and a completely refurbished public beachfront on the San Francisco Bay. Your children will be able to swim there. The projected completion date is spring 2020. On a personal note, for years I've been looking forward to celebrating the 4th of July with fireworks at Oyster Point. Hopefully we can make it happen next year. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that due to all this growth, transportation remains a key concern. Employment is expected to increase from 28,000 to 54,000 by 2040. That's larger than many of the 20 cities here in San Mateo County. It is imperative that we support our regional transportation system and the pedestrian and bicycle last-mile connections that make mass transit work. During rush hour the other day, it took me 15 minutes to go 4 blocks on Oyster Point Boulevard. Speaking of public transportation, we are the only city in San Mateo County to have 5 modes of transportation: BART, Caltrain, Samtrans, bus service, ferry, shuttle, as well as a growing network of bike lanes and pedestrian paths. BART. We recently conducted a 3-hour walk and bike gap study of an SF BART station that will dovetail with what is called the Active South City Plan. The goal of this pedestrian bicycle plan is to strengthen walkability and safe routes around our major transit stations and identify opportunities for BART investment over the next decade. The icing on the cake is that we were awarded a bronze medal as a bike-friendly city by the League of American Bicyclists. Samtrans. Bus lines currently serve the city west of 101. Recently, Samtrans has expressed interest in extending bus service to east of 101, thus serving our major employment center and providing an east-west connection. The South San Francisco Caltrain Station Improvement Project is underway and is scheduled to be complete by fall of 2020, With electrification, it means quieter trains, more frequency, and no more diesel emissions. The new Caltrain station project will extend the station platform to the downtown area gateway, construct community plazas, install a dedicated commuter shuttle zone, and create a critical underpass connection between major biotech employers, including Genentech, Merck, and Google, and revitalize the downtown core. It also means there will be a safe way to cross Highway 101. The Caltrain business plan is also underway and has identified South San Francisco Station for significant frequency improvements. That means our trains will no longer be puddle jumpers stopping at every stop along the Caltrain line. The trains are planned to move every 15 to 30 minutes by 2021, with a potential for trains every 7 to 15 minutes by the 2030s. Ferry. The San Francisco Bay Ferry connects South San Francisco to Alameda, Oakland, and San Francisco. WETA, which stands for Water Emergency Transportation Authority, is happy with the current ridership and expects that we will have the potential to grow frequency and destination options by the early 2020s. That means there's a potential for 4 to 8 daily round trips. Let's not forget our free South City Community Shuttle. The shuttle provides free service around South San Francisco with trips to local stores, senior center, libraries, schools, city hall, and parks. The shuttle provides transit connections with Samtrans and BART. Last October, a second shuttle route was added, and it does the reverse, so it's counterclockwise. You can get more information about the shuttle and its schedules on our website, www.ssf.net. Although I've just talked about the various modes of transportation, I'm also a realist and know people drive every day. Congestion is a problem in our city, but there are many things we are doing to tackle this issue, including adaptive and new traffic signals, bike lane expansion, pedestrian safety improvements, such as enhanced pedestrian crossings, new signage, and curb extensions, which slow down traffic, road repairs and rehabilitation, traffic calming initiatives such as speed cushions. In an effort to address residents' concerns concerning speeding and cut through traffic, our Public Works Department installed 20 speed cushions and associated traffic markings and other roadway treatments in the Avalon and Brentwood neighborhoods. Data we gathered from this and lessons learned during this inaugural project will be used when formalizing a citywide traffic calming program. Our downtown has turned the corner. Unfortunately, with this success comes the need for more parking. We are developing a plan for a new parking garage in the downtown area, ideally built and opened by 2023. Parks continue to remain a high priority. Last summer, the city acquired 21 additional acres of open space for the public to enjoy on Sign Hill, known as Friends of Liberty Park. 217 new trees have been planted. Landscape improvements have been made at City Hall, Hickey Islands, Eccles Avenue, and the Common Greens. 2 median improvement projects along Westboro at Carmaritas and Hickey at Unipacero have been completed. As part of our Parks 11 program, we reopened the Alta Loma Playground. The Parks and Recreation Department replaced playground equipment and surfacing, performed landscaping, installed a new seat wall featuring ceramic tiles created by local children, and implemented pathway improvements. We have Vice Mayor Garbarino to thank for championing the ceramic tile project. Be on the lookout for much more in 2019 when it comes to upgrading our parks, including the construction of improvements at Gardner Park Playground, designs at Orange Memorial Park for the baseball and softball fields, and continued planning for the public improvement at Oyster Point. As you can see, we have a lot going, and there's much more to come. And there are issues we cannot ignore along the way, such as sea level rise, Several initiatives are underway. Among them, the city has entered into a memorandum of agreement with the Army Corps of Engineers to perform sea level rise feasibility studies for the Coma Creek Basin around the southeast portion of the city. The city is working with San Mateo County and other peninsula cities to promote San Mateo County's proposal to form a new flood resiliency agency, which will provide a stronger position for our cities to obtain federal funding, streamline environmental permitting, and effectively coordinate design and construction. We have some other exciting things in the pipeline. The city is partnering with the San Mateo County Wi-Fi program that will provide free Wi-Fi internet service in the downtown area. The initiative will allow users with mobile devices to connect with the internet for services, apps, and all other internet-related needs. This program will launch by summer. The city is also working on expanding free Wi-Fi beyond the downtown and into several parks throughout the city. Currently, residents can connect to free Wi-Fi at all city buildings and the libraries. Another item on the horizon is a nearly 10-acre site owned by San Mateo County, but located in South San Francisco at Mission and Oak Avenue. The site has housed the North County Courts, probation officers, and a vacated jail. The county is going through a planning process to redevelop the site. The first phase will be a 45,000 square foot county health clinic that will replace the county's existing clinic here on Grand Avenue and Spruce. The county is in the early planning process, and the health clinic is scheduled to start construction in approximately 18 months. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share with you some of the excitement the city continues to experiment. We are in this together. I also want to share with you a saying. Instead of pointing a finger, hold out a helping hand. I encourage you to join us to build a community that we are proud to call home. Thank you very much.